Welcome to Black Love Matters, where this serves as a therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
loving each other,
and finding our inner Brock and Michelle.
Or Jay-Z and Beyonce. Or this episode, we're going to do Erica and Warren Campbell. Now, I was a little hesitant.
Why, baby?
I don't know. I go back and forth with them. Like, I like their love. I appreciate it. I respect it. But you know, sometimes when people, you just be like, I don't know. It's just a lot going on. So for the folks who don't know who we're talking about, Erica and Warren Campbell have been together since 2001. And they're the ones. So Erica Campbell is one half of the trio of Mary Mary. And you know I love me some Mary Mary, between Yesterday and Shackles and was it The God in Me? You know, Mary Mary had this era when they was doing like club bangers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They had some club bang. I actually in Detroit, I want to say I done heard The God in Me at the club a couple times.
You know, niggas got to hustle to that in Detroit.
You
They be like, it's the God in me, pick up the money.
You know, that's what, who was it? Karen Clark Sheard, her daughter. Was her Kiera? She doing the hook or she done created or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in Detroit, it's a whole movement of like hip hop gospel kids. Or I probably shouldn't even say this. But it's like a whole movement of younger gospel artists. So like say the Clark sisters, the Winans, right?
Yeah.
They all had kids that's like our age or younger.
Yeah.
And they like trying to make it like, I don't want to say hip hop because I feel like I'm sounding old. Make it a hippity hop. But you know, but do you know what I'm saying? Like
they're trying to make it relevant.
Don't do that. The Lord, first of all, the Lord is always relevant, okay? That's a different episode. But it's just something that even me being younger, it's just something that it's a little hard for me. Like, you know, I like the God in Me and things like that. But some of that stuff, I be like, is we at the club? Like, some of the stuff is literally like a club banger. And you know me, I like to keep my twerking and, you know, my meditation separate.
Well, you can't help that the babies want to put some trap beats over.
Yeah, it's trap gospel. Mm. That is it. Is that term been coined yet?
I don't know.
Trap gospel. It's a lot, and y'all know what I'm talking about. No, I ain't gonna say no names. And I ain't even. The thing is, it's not even that they're not talented. Like they can sing, they can blow, but they'll be singing and blowing, and then they have like a trap beat under it.
Yeah.
I be like, you know, I don't know if you could go to the Lord and you know flip the bricks. Like it's just
why not? That's them celebrating their grand architect of the universe.
Okay, and then if we're saying that ain't their life. I don't know if the Clark sisters flip. Hey, man, wouldn't that be a Lifetime movie?
I'm not going to entertain.
But do you know what I'm saying? Like, so okay, you said live their truth, right?
Yeah.
That ain't they damn.
Well, if they want to put trap beats over and praise to God, and they want to do a mumble rap version of praise the Lord.
Say mumble trap gospel?
Yeah.
Anywho, we supposed to be on the brief intro. We'll come back to this trap gospel. But that's who Erica is, and Warren, he's the producer. I thought he was with Dark Child. He ain't with Dark Child. Remember what Brandy be with them? Is it Dark Child or Dog Child? What?
It's Dark Child.
Oh, I thought he was with that crew. But because he got a resume long as hell.
Yeah, boy, because that nigga a dark skinned nigga.
I didn't say that. You said that.
No, you did. You was like, is he with Dark Child? I said, why you get that? The nigga dark as hell.
I did not say that. But no, I said because he got a long roster. So he helped create Mary. He's one of the creators. I don't want to say founders of. I guess it would be a founding in that. And he did a lot of gospel artists, but he's also did like R&B artists and soul artists like Drew Hill. So he got some hits under his belt, and you know they resume ain't nothing to play with. And even Mary ain't stopped working, honey. They ain't stopped working since the early 2000s. So I can't hate on that game. Also, they had a whole gaggle of kids. How many got? They got about 3 kids. Y'all, I know this because I used to watch the show Mary Mary. I stopped after Tina and Teddy came out about their infidelity though. It was just too much. And the thing is, it wasn't too much that they talked about their infidelity, but Tina was too much for me. She'd be like, he left me, Lord. Oh, Lord. I'm like, girl. And mind you, it ain't right what he did, and he was wrong, you know, and I'm glad they stayed together and worked it out. But sis, you ain't going to be the first and the last person that somebody done stepped out on. But I think one his had like 8 people. Okay. Focus, right?
Dark Child, that nigga named what's that nigga name?
Rodney Jerkins. He got a favorite Rodney Jerkins. Do you think?
All because these brothers are like dark skinned.
Whatever. You putting words in my mouth. But anywho, I done got this all off topics. But our black love is gonna be Erica and Warren Campbell. Shout out to them. They love the Lord. They going on this journey together. They both sing. They both in the same music industry. And they done do what? They've been together for almost 16, 17 years? Come on, they done did the test of time. Come on. Yeah, you know him marrying to the I don't know what they family last name. I think their name is Campbell too.
Atkins. I don't know.
Atkins. One. Listen here, Nero. You will not take my joy. For him to marry into that family, for the folks who watch Mary and Mary, y'all know that family.
They're kind of ticky.
I won't say ticky, but they got
ticky.
They got a history. They got a history, and you know, because a lot of things people don't tell you is when you get married, you ain't just marrying that person, you marrying the whole crew.
Fucking family.
As much as people want to lie, but I'm just marrying you, ain't gonna do them lies you tell. You marry that person, and they whole past, present, and future, and they family. So again, just shout out to them and shout out to their love. Who is you?
I'm Nero,
and I'm Nyambi,
and this is episode 39. One short of 40.
We almost there.
We almost there. 11 short from 50.
Yeah.
We are getting it popping.
I'm
Be sure to leave a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and Stitcher. Your boy is hype. I got that energy. I'm bringing it to y'all. Giving y'all all the creative vibes. I hope y'all feeling good, feeling great. If y'all at work.
It's Monday.
Y'all in the car. I hope y'all feeling it. We gonna kill this fucking day.
Y'all don't go into y'all work mad. Ain't no worse people coming in angry on Monday. Don't do that. Say hello to everybody.
Say what up, but keep your earbuds in. Yeah. And if they bother y'all while y'all listen to this, just eye roll and act like you ain't hear their ass.
Do not listen to Nero.
Act like you don't hear their ass.
Just smile and say, "Oh, I'm listening."
Yeah.
And when they ask you what you listen to, some devotional. just my devotional.
A devotional on Black love. Oh man, but be sure to leave 5-star.
I already said that.
I'm saying it again because we need these.
I know.
Word of mouth. Come on, y'all, help us out. 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and Stitcher. Follow us on all forms of social media. That's at Black Love Matters. Remember, that's Black with no K. Yes. Baby, what you got?
All right, my check-in. How was my weekend? My weekend was eventful, crazy. It was everything but restful. I love a restful weekend, and that is not what I got. Actually, I don't know when we're going to get a restful weekend because we got a surprise for y'all. On Wednesday, we have an announcement. We're going to have a very special guest on, is it the Monday episode next week? Yeah.
It's either going to be on a Monday or Friday episode.
Yeah, we got a very special guest coming, so it's going to be very, very exciting. So there ain't going to be no rest this weekend either. But anywho, we'll start off with, so first off, shout the fuck out to Netflix. I am a believer in Netflix. When Netflix first came out, I was one of the early people who got Netflix. I actually made my father get it.
And you've been using his password.
And we've been using his password ever since. When Netflix first came out, it was popping, right? Because you just got to watch all your shows. And then to me, maybe about 4 years ago, it fell off to me. Mm-hmm. Like, it was nothing on there. They had these old-ass shows that nobody watched. And the thing, it wasn't that it was old shows. It was that nobody watched the shit, right? Yeah. And it was like, what is this, Netflix? Nobody would have watched this. But what was about 2 years ago? They did the rebranding. They charged us $1 more, which they almost lost us. But we stayed on. Mm-hmm. And that's when they started getting like the older shows in, right? So then I started watching Netflix again because they had like the old shows or the reruns. So like A Different World, Fringe. Shout out to Fringe for the folks who ever watched Fringe. Fringe was the truth. All that came on. But this last year, Netflix has showed up and showed out with their original programming, okay? So I watched 2 movies this weekend that I got my entire life. So y'all know I'm a black nerd. I'm a blurred, right? So that means sometimes I like watching like some sci-fi, some horror, thriller. That got Nyambi name on it. So you need to know that first. I love a good horror movie. I love a thriller. I love a good sci-fi movie. The first one that we watched that I was like, okay, this is on and popping. It was called Whatever Happened to Monday.
Yeah, What Happened to Monday
or something about, oh damn, we should at least have the title right. I think it's Whatever Happened to Monday. What Happened to Monday? And it was the shit, okay? If you into sci-fi, you got to be into sci-fi. If you ain't into like sci-fi shit, don't turn it on. Don't be like, Nyambi, this ain't what it is. This ain't no Lifetime movie. This is sci-fi. It was the bomb. And it's about, I hope I'm not stereotyping. I think it was like set in this Asian country. And it was about like, it was overpopulation, right? Mm-hmm. And so they had a thing where there was a limit on how many children you can have. And you only can have one kid. And what they did, if you had more than one kid, they so-called allegedly would put them to sleep or like put them in like this cryogenic sleep and wake them up eventually, which was bullshit. Like, I'm like, you ain't taking that. Well, what happened was it was this white man who's like, fuck it. And his wife had 7 kids. And meanwhile, people are having so many multiples now, which I thought spoke a little truth to now. Or where everyone, because I'm here, everyone I talk to having triplets or twins.
It's the fucking food.
And that's what they said in the movie. So they're saying from like all the hormones and the pollution and the manipulation in our food, like women now are having more, like the hormones are now making it so it's normal for folks to have multiples.
Mm-hmm.
But shit, everybody can't be having 5, 6 kids a pop when you're just supposed to be having one. So that's the government trying to get it under
like
order.
Puppies and shit.
Yeah, like puppies, niggas having litters and shit. Okay, the humans are not supposed to have litters of things, you know. And so that's why they placed it. And of course, a white man come with his white privilege. He said, "You ain't taking my children," and so he hid his 7 children, right?
Mm.
And since he was 7 children, he named them all the days of the week. So one was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And what they did was they only were allowed to go out on the day of the week that their name was. And they all took on one identity, which was like Sarah Clemson or something like that, right? And so they lived their life. And they did this for like 20-something years until one day, Monday go out and Monday don't come home, honey. And I'm going to leave it right there.
What
and
happened
the rest
to Monday?
Of the movie is figuring out whatever happened to Monday. When I tell you, I was like, this is the shit. So this is when I started drinking the Kool-Aid, right? And this is when we begin to think they start recommending more shit for you to watch. And this is where I got turned up. The next movie y'all need to watch. Again, you need to be a blurred. If you're not a blurred, if you're not a black nerd, you don't turn this on. I don't want to hear your damn mouth. Go put on Ray. Go put on What's Love Got to Do It. Go put on Color Purple Lifetime movie, okay?
Oh, put on, Martin, too. It's the 25th anniversary of Martin.
Yeah, is that on Netflix? I don't think that's.
I
I don't
don't
think
know.
nobody got that except BET, honey.
Probably.
Because they play them 24 hours a day. Let me finish, Nero.
Okay, go.
Death Note. Nero, you gonna have to co-sign this. Death Note was. You gotta like horror though. If you're scared, some black people be scary. If you don't like horror, don't turn this on. But if you like a horror movie, Death Note is the shit. Did you like it, Nero?
I'm gonna have to agree. You know what? Like, I'm really not into
I love it. Independent.
some of the
film.
shit
Ooh.
that Nyambi watch, because Nyambi can pick them.
Shut up. What you mean?
Sometimes you got a very eclectic style when it comes to picking movies and shit.
It's either super black or like off the wall, right?
I remember one Christmas, Nyambi took us to go see a movie.
Shut up.
And
You
it
and
was-
Nia played too
what was
much.
that? The
it was
girl-
you, Nia, and
It was somebody else.
Naya.
Yeah.
All our in names.
All these in names.
Yeah.
And we went to go see, what was
The
it?
girl with the dragon tattoo.
tattoo.
On Christmas.
And Nyambi asked talking about we about to go see a Christmas movie and we seeing Sodomy and everything else. So.
And they was like, this too much for Christmas. I didn't even think about that. I was just there to see the movie.
So, Nyambi has a very eclectic taste when it comes to movies. So sometimes I was like, I don't know, babe. But
I love an independent movie. I need to go to Sundance.
yeah, whenever it got like a Sundance
I know it's
logo,
gonna
I
be
was like,
good.
oh, this is up Nyambi's alley. But yeah, Death Note was pretty dope.
I got to tell them what it's about.
Okay,
I ain't
tell
going to
us.
give it all away because I want y'all to watch it. So Death Note, I think it's based off a book. And if it is, I need to go find the book and read it. So what happens is about these white children, like this high school age. And what it is, it's this notebook that falls from the sky and it's called Death Note. And what it is, whoever's the owner of this notebook becomes has access to something called a death guide. So in this notebook, you write down the people that you write down who you want to die and how they die, and the death guide does it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But along with this book, there's like 50, 60 rules that you have to follow. So there's rules and loopholes and things you have to navigate through. And meanwhile, you don't know if this death guide is like on your team, not your team, being manipulative. But it turns out death guide just want to kill people. So they really don't got no rhyme or reason. They just happy that you having folks die, right? Mm-hmm. And whenever you stop killing people, they like, oh, hell no. Like they trying to kind of aggravate you or push you or tempt you to do something else, right? While we're doing this, and the kid really get into this death guide thing and like writing people named in a notebook, and he kind of starts as this vigilante. From this, he actually turns himself or this persona into like a demigod. So we'll leave it like this. He calls himself Kira. So he's killing all like these terrorists and everything around. And what he's saying is like Kira's doing this. So it's this thing of like the police force trying to figure out who Kira is and who did he think he is, just going around and mind you, he killing bad people or allegedly bad people. And so the police force and, Interpol, like all those forces are like, hell no, they don't want folks just going around killing motherfuckers.
Right.
But meanwhile on the ranch, the civilians is like, oh, hell, Kira.
Right.
Thank you, Kira. Kira is amazing, moving forward through that. So it's like a whole story development around that. And, I don't want to give too much away, but it's amazing. And also, what's old boy who from Get Out playing it?
Oh,
What's his name?
LaMarcus.
The one who looked like a stoner.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. I want to say the nigga name like LaMarcus or
He the one who
Leroy
played a stoner in Get Out, and he played a stoner. He ain't a stoner in Get Out. No, he the stoner in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And he played a one with the Flash, and his nose start to bleed and Get Out.
That nigga name's like Leroy.
It's not Leroy. I gotta know his name, but he on
like,
the damn come up. I tell you that.
It's like something.
We gotta find who he is.
It is. No.
That ain't him.
Lakeith. I told you it was like Leroy LaMarcus something.
His name is Lakeith Stanfield.
Yeah.
And when I tell you it's so good, y'all, I couldn't give you a real detailed description because I don't want to give away the movie. But if you into horror or thriller, check out Death Note. If you into like sci-fi thriller type thing, go ahead and check out What Happened on Monday and thank me later. But all that to say, Netflix, sis, whoever's on the board, whoever's EPing, whoever is their brand strategist, whoever is saying yes, green lighting projects, come the fuck on. And they getting Shonda next year.
Mm-hmm.
All hell motherfucking Netflix. Netflix is better than regular damn TV. I keep saying I need to get on Netflix. Can we do our podcast via Netflix? Cause they who I need to be with. I love it. Did you not agree?
I agree. So y'all should have seen Nyam because Nyami's like, I'm just going to manifest this. Mm-hmm. Black Love Podcast.
Live from Netflix.
It's going to be on Netflix some way, somehow. I don't know.
Produced by Shonda.
And Nyami's like, I don't know if they're going to do a documentary on us.
Yes.
If we're going to have a TV show.
But Netflix is
going to be, Black Love Matters is going to be on Netflix.
Because the thing is, Netflix is the only one coming with some original programming that's entertaining.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like all the other big networks, HBO, Showtime, like they got one or two shows that hold our attention, right? So they got Power, Game of Thrones, Insecure. But these big ass, thick ass networks, and those are only 3-4 shows that's holding our attention. It's at least 10 shows I can name that came out on Netflix that are Netflix either original series or movies that's sickening. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that
are in a diversity of it. You know, we talk about this idea of diversity. Netflix low key do got diversity on their shit. They got black people, they got Latino people. Look, they got little Indian people. They got Luke Cage. And like, they got a diverse, they really standing by it. They standing firm in their word and meaning what they say. Yeah. So I'm team Netflix. I ain't realized how much I was team Netflix to this weekend. Also, if it's some other stuff on Netflix that's real good, y'all, give us some recommendations because I'm going deep into Netflix. Also, work. They about to bring me up off my high. Y'all know it's the busiest one of the second busiest damn weekend of the year. Next to Black Friday. It's the weekend before school starts. And guess what?
What?
We ran out of beds.
Y'all niggas.
What is this, boo? You know, I wanted to walk the hell out. So, again, I'm working up front. I'm the supervisor, right? Who the manager? Who always the manager when something popping off?
Big fella.
Big fella. I said, are we a team? I'm asking them that next time. I'm like, are we always a Then they be like, oh, Nyambi working. Put Big fella on. Oh, Big fella working. Go ahead, put Nyambi. I called Big fella. I said, hey, Big fella. Just FYI, do you know about any beds or anything coming in? He said, no. What do you think we should do? I don't know what the fuck. Go get a bag. I don't care if you get these people this shit in their hands. Like, what is the who runs out of bags at a bot store on the second busiest weekend of the year?
Y'all do.
And you know, white privilege was rampant. So we surrounded by a lot of colleges by my store, right? So all the white people was in getting, binders and extra long sheets and ramen noodles and macaroni. So they was mad. We were like, oh, we only got big bags. Mm-hmm. And so, my cashier's being petty and putting deodorant in 2 feet long bags. And then the guest like, is there another bag? No. And so they getting their little attitude. The guests mad. They don't know what to do. Everyone has an attitude. And then the guests got a nerve to come in. Why is it so crowded? Because all y'all motherfuckers waited to 3 hours before school started to get your supplies. Did you wait that long to get your college supplies?
No.
I feel like I had my shit in June. I feel like right after my graduation party, I went my ass to the Walmart, to the Target, and the Sam's Club and bought all my pencils and my markers, and I was ready to go. That's that first generation in us.
Yeah.
The other privilege, they say we'll get it later.
Right.
And them cars was declining like high fire too. Decline. Because everything is like $300 to $500 a pop.
Yeah.
And the parents looking crazy, and then the student mad.
I was thinking maybe you need to give some tips to back to school on Wednesday.
Oh, what you mean? Like what?
For grad students or something. I don't know.
Did you say you don't know? Well, yeah, you got some tips, grad students. Y'all know basic stuff. You got to do time management shit. Bust out them syllabuses. If you teaching or you the student, plot all your test out. Shit, plot some. I always say plot the day you ain't gonna come to class, but you feel good. Am I the only one? You don't take a day off. Every class I take at least one day off. It's like a personal day, and it's pre-scheduled, and it's right after midterms usually. What?
Yeah. I usually tell them I'm going to a conference and be gone for a long weekend.
Just to give yourself mental space to either one, decompress or catch the fuck up if you behind.
Right.
And if you ahead, you just relax. Mm-hmm. Grad students, y'all, but I do that Wednesday. I make get meetings with your advisor because they about to start start setting them goals. What you doing? Next, Dick Gregory passed away last week. We ain't even bring this up. That hurt my spirit though. He's one of our grandfathers of the movement.
Yeah, he is.
He's a grandpa in my head.
R.I.P. to the GOAT.
There you go. He always been on the shit since day one.
Mm-hmm.
Since day one, he been doing that civil rights shit, being vegan, and telling white people to kiss his ass.
Yeah.
He goes. And been hilarious, though.
Yeah.
How you do it hilarious? I remember the episode he was in Reno 911. You remember that one?
No.
Oh, well, did you watch Reno 911?
Nope.
Why? What, did you just hunch up on your shoulder? How they see that?
I don't know.
What? Well, Niecy Nash, how did you know who Niecy Nash was? Then?
Because I seen her body. I know
okay,
about her body.
Nope. Anyway, he was on Reno 911, and he was like a drunk beggar. He like came on there naked. Like, he been hilarious since day one, and I just wanted to hold space for him. I know we didn't talk about it last week when it immediately happened, but I know that's something that touched my heart. And like I said, he one of the GOATs, and we just got to continue his legacy and continue moving forward. Next, y'all, I think I'm starting to fast actually today. I'm fasting till Thursday, so y'all keep me lifted in prayer. I do fast.
Keep me lifted in prayer too.
Why you say that? You don't like when I fast?
I'm not gonna say much. I'm gonna wait till you leave.
What you gonna turn it back on the after show? You gonna do another after show when I leave the room?
But sometimes you can get a little hangry, rampage type thing.
Fasting really helps me not only with physical clarity and kind of purging and all that. It also helps me with mental clarity. So I'm hoping by doing that for about 3-4 days, it'll help me. And when I fast, I eat I'm not just sitting here licking my tongue.
Oh, you ain't drinking that, what was it, that cayenne pepper lemon
No.
water
I'm not doing that. No. Let me be clear. When I fast, I drink a lot of water. So I drink at minimum a gallon of water a day. I drink tons of tea. So I can drink kind of unlimited liquids and unlimited protein shakes. But I do my main meal is like at lunchtime. So it'd be like chicken breast, rice, and like a veggie or something. But it's really about drinking lots of water, lots of tea. I get my protein through my protein shakes. Just kind of flushing the system a little bit. So it's probably not even really called a fast. I know a lot of people out there who are hardcore fasters like, hey, bitch, we just drink water. We just drink alkaline water.
I told you.
No, I ain't one of them now. I get my protein. I get enough calories in, but it's just what you eat. Instead of eating 3 meals, 2 snacks and all that, it's about a lot. Like, so breakfast, I have a smoothie. I shouldn't say protein. I should say a protein smoothie. Mm-hmm. So I make a shake with like fruit and veggies with protein powder. That'll be breakfast and like dinner. And, I'll drink tons of water in between. And then like I eat like 1 meal for lunch. And I do that for like 3-4 days. And it just helps me, if you ever just feel like you weighed down.
Yeah.
Or what else it helps me with? Sometimes, when I get on my rampage and I'm just eating salt and vinegar chips. And I ain't been doing it as bad. But you ever just feel like your eating habits? So it helps me with cravings. That's what I'm looking for. Sometimes I get into like cravings mode. And when I do kind of this fast, as I say, this intermediate fast, I don't know what I should call it. My little cleanse, my little detox. It helps me break up that craving. Because the first day is hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm eating protein. I'm getting like 100 grams of protein and fiber and shit. But I'm like, Lord, I'm starving.
Speaking of that, when I was adulting last week and taking care of your car, I seen a canister of Pringles.
You seen that in the car?
Hidden.
It wasn't hidden. It was just in the back.
It was hidden.
It wasn't hidden.
I meant to take them through.
Did you eat some?
No, I didn't.
I'm sorry.
Don't be trying to rub up on me.
Oh, Lord. He done found my stash. But that's what I'm doing. So
So you gonna clean up your stash, or do I need to do it for you?
You can do it for me.
Or is it already gone?
It's a mixture. You could do it for me. You gonna do some fasting with me or not?
We'll talk about that on my update.
Okay. So that's what I'm doing, y'all. It always just helps me, especially for like just craving. Sometimes I get craving. And the way I do it, it's rough for the first 24 hours. But after that, like it really mellows me out. Like I'm not as hungry. Like I go through the day, I'm full. Like, and put it this way, I'm never hungry whenever I fast either. Mm-hmm. It's head hunger. So when I fast, that's how I really determine head hunger and real hunger. So head hunger, y'all, is that thing when you just sitting there and like Red Lobster come on TV. And you be like, I could go for a Cheddar Bay biscuit. You don't need a Cheddar Bay biscuit. But it came on the TV. Could I eat it? Yeah. Does it?
Lord.
Or when you're bored. Me and my mom did that before. We was home and we was bored. We wasn't hungry, and then Red Lobster came on TV. We was like, you would have go to Red Lobster. She said, damn, that commercial look good.
Nyambi, you done bust out and make some damn biscuits before.
I have.
Some shit.
I have made cookie. I have done plenty of things on TV.
You done made 7-layer bars. Like, damn, that look good. I'm about to make some 7-layer bars. Like, hold up, baby. It's almost midnight.
So that's the idea of head hunger. So, or when you're bored, or when you're anxious, distracted. Usually, when it's head hunger, is associated with like an emotion or inaction. So that really just helps break that down. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about was, did y'all realize that VMAs was on yesterday? I keep looking at my feed and I'm like, Kendrick Lamar on the VMA. I said, who the fuck watch? First of all, why would MTV put the VMAs on the season finale of Game of Thrones? Ain't it Power too?
I think Power got moved to the next week.
Oh. Well, do y'all be really watching the VMAs? Have I aged out? I think I aged out the VMAs. Unless it's Beyonce or SZA. Like, let's one of them on there. Mm-hmm. I'm not for it. And I know they ain't going to be. Well, Beyonce probably will be in a few years whenever she come back. But SZA and everybody else I listen to now, because, you know, they didn't even nominate Solange for a damn thing.
What?
Ain't that lies you tell? She should have been performing and nominated. Okay, if they weren't going to give it to her, fine. But she should at least be nominated.
That city was the bomb.
Come on. And SZA should be nominated for Best New Artist, too. But, you know, what I know. So I know I'm really not there for them. I'm here for the BET Awards. That came back in June, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that came. So, you know, VMAs can kind of kick rocks. But I was just curious, do y'all be watching the VMAs still? I remember when the VMAs used to be the shit. And I remember the VMAs. Did you used to watch it?
Yeah,
it used to be an event. Like,
I
remember watching it with my friends.
Yeah.
And, like, even my parents, we all used to watch it. But now I'm like, ain't nobody worried about the VMAs. Even when Beyonce did her thing, I don't even think I caught that live. Mm-mm. I think I caught that when Beyonce put that on her website.
Right.
Come on. Well, what's going on with you, Nero?
So, yesterday, when y'all hearing this, I went to church with Nyambi. Y'all know it's mine.
It's his Sunday out of the month. He tried to slide and not do it.
You know, Nyambi tried to run this guilt trip on me.
I do no guilt. I just told you should be impeccable with your word and
be impeccable with your word, Nero. You said once a month.
I said, so you going? He was like, all right, I'm been. I said, last time you went to church when I got baptized in July, and this is the last Sunday of August. So are you saying that you're not going to hold your word?
No. The thing is, I shouldn't have went because I went twice in July.
Whose fault is that?
Because I went for your baptism and then I went another time. So
whose fault is that?
I should have had one in the hold.
That's not what your word said.
God, you know what?
That's not what you said in your word.
No, I say 12 times out the year.
No, you said once a month.
12 times out the year.
You said once a month.
So I still got one in the hole that I'm.
You said once a month.
Okay, whatever.
Just be impeccable with your word. That's all.
You got me. And y'all know, as usual, I'm at church.
Yes.
And you got all these motherfuckers coming up on me. We miss you, brother.
They are brothers and sisters.
We miss you, brother.
You silly.
Grabbing me all up on my shoulder and shit. We miss you, brother.
You hate for them to grab you on your shoulder.
How you doing, brother? Mm-mm. You don't want to talk to me? I'm like, look, man.
Tell Nero it's good to have folks who enjoy you and welcome you. Because there's a lot of churches out there act like you don't even exist when you walk in the door, which is horrible, but it is. Embrace it.
And so, you know, I did that.
No, tell them about how the cameraman was being shady.
So, Nyambi's church, they got I guess they do like a live stream or whatever. I don't know.
No, they just record it. Meanwhile, the church is not big.
The church only got like 10 pews on each side.
No, it's not. It's like
yeah,
15.
It is. So this motherfucker is like recording and like put the TV on like people who or like put put the camera on people who sleeping.
You think you do that on purpose?
Yes.
It's because the pastor, he can see it.
Yeah. So you can tell who sleep, and then he just put it on us. And I had my head down trying to get me a little nap in.
No, he had us on us. Oh, so he got you that time, but he got us a second time when the pastor was talking about
like relationships or something like that. About, you don't get no ring, you don't get no ding ding. I said, what? What? What is this nigga talking about?
My pastor loved to use metaphors and analogies. He's sort of just talking about being like young and something steadfast, aggressive. And I think we the youngest couple in church.
Yeah, hell, it looked like we was the only couple in church.
Woo, you tried it. No, it wasn't.
Yesterday.
No, it wasn't.
Shit.
And then the cameraman found us and stayed on us tough, didn't he? And he zoomed in.
That's why I only go 12 times out the year.
Church being interesting. He gave a good word today, though.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I enjoyed his word.
And then afterwards, we went to this Ethiopian spot.
I love Ethiopian food, and Nira really don't like it, but I actually, first of all, I love all food. Maybe I should just make it plain.
Thank you, baby. So, I think it's my second time having Ethiopian food. First time, it was a horrible experience. I didn't like it. But Nyambi.
It's an experience when you eat Ethiopian food. That's why you're just not used to the cultural experience of eating Ethiopian food.
Yeah, you gotta eat that shit with your hands. I gotta wash my hands and shit.
Yeah, you should always wash your hands.
I'm always washing my hands. I don't want y'all to think I'm a nasty ass nigga, but some black.
You really gotta wash your hands for Ethiopia because you really get in there. Yeah.
You getting all up in there and shit. You gotta make sure you clean under your nails and shit.
You should always do that too.
But you doing this shit and eating that. I say, give me a fork. So
That's that American in them.
But the food was good.
It was good, wasn't it? It was very
flavorful.
It was very flavorful because sometimes the Ethiopian / Somalian food kind of got that cinnamon under. It's almost like Indian food.
Yeah.
Like sometimes that Ethiopian food can tread on Indian.
Yeah, it can.
And I'm not. That's probably the only kind of food I'm not the biggest. Like I'll eat Indian food, but Indian food I'm not the biggest fan of.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes they be doing too much for me with their spice combination. It don't sit well with me. Like it's good, but after you eat it, I'm like, nah, I don't know if we should have combined that cinnamon and Lawry's. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So, we did that.
What you get from the Ethiopian? You don't even talk about it.
Hell, I can't remember. We had some samosas.
Did you say you can't remember?
I can't remember.
That chai tea was good, too. That Kenyan chai tea.
Yeah.
Come on.
I didn't even know Kenyans even had chai tea. That fucked me up.
What? You ain't know the motherland known for their tea?
No. Hell no.
Yeah, the motherland known for teas all over Africa. Huh?
Oh.
Don't let the white folk. Where you thought the hell it was? From Switzerland? Where you thought tea came from?
I don't know.
The motherland and the Asians. The Asians and the motherland.
It come from Tivana. And David's teas.
Shut up. But we got a plate. We got like a mixed plate. So we had like lentils and mixed veggies, and we had a little bit of goat, a little bit of chicken, a little bit of beef. It was delicious. And we had multiple types of bread. So we had the traditional, I think it's called Anera bread.
Yeah.
Like the sourdough spongy. But it was also one that was like fried. That was the bomb. That one was good. It started with the C. Chappie or something like that.
Chapati or something like that.
And then the other one, we had Somalian Anera bread, which wasn't as sour as the traditional.
It was good.
Ethiopian bread.
So we went there and we enjoyed that. And then, I just chilled my ass on the couch. Watched the rest of Ozark. Ozark is good. I know you ain't getting to it.
Good. But that's another Netflix original, though.
Yeah. Ozark is the bomb. You ain't getting to it. But
I didn't. I must have missed it.
It's slow like the first 2 episodes, but after that shit moves. And you didn't stick around to watch that. So I watched Ozark.
I went to good sleep.
That shit was good as fuck. So if y'all ain't seen that, y'all definitely check that out. Other thing, Mayweather.
I told Nerum to kill this mosquito, and this motherfucker just hit me in the head.
What?
You know that mosquito I told you to kill?
I did kill.
I just killed him.
Nyambi, it was another mosquito in the house.
Okay.
Shit, you the one over here just opening the door and shit. Got the lights on. You mad because mosquito come in the house. Ooh, that motherfucker big. But other than that, shout out to Mayweather for winning. I'm not surprised that nigga won. I don't know if anybody's surprised that nigga won, but kudos to him. I hope his ass just get his money together. Like, Floyd always got to put on this persona of, like, money team. I think his ass just need to chill out somewhere, pay off all his debts, and go sit in the corner and chill the fuck out.
Did you say debts? Why this nigga got a debt? Ain't he worth almost $1 billion?
Don't that nigga owe taxes? That nigga gonna fuck around and go to jail for owing taxes and
Wait
shit.
a damn minute. So when you have that much money, the only bill you should have is the IRS. You should be paying IRS monthly.
That nigga owe some taxes.
He should have his IRS bill and his black card bill. Them the only two bills that are automatically paid in full every month. Especially him be a Negro. He know that he got to know they watching him. He got to know.
Truthfully, I already knew that Mayweather was going to win because, like, the way Conor McGregor was going.
So, okay. I didn't follow this.
Yeah.
But, okay. So, McGregor was that white man.
Yes.
That white man is a boxer.
He's an MMA fighter.
That's the one who kicked with feet.
Yes.
So did he? What
I don't think Conor McGregor even kick with feet though.
But what is MMA?
MMA is all that shit, you know.
Kicking with feet,
elbows, punching.
So what rules they follow? Boxing or MMA?
Boxing.
So how the fuck did he think he was gonna win?
Because Conor McGregor is a primary boxer type of dude.
But he plays what?
MMA.
So no, you're still not listening to me.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but you know it's different styles.
I think the
of
only
MMA.
way Floyd Mayweather was lost if McGregor could have kicked him. I think because I'm just thinking because Floyd is a nigga. He from what? Flint, Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids.
So he a Negro, right?
Mm-hmm. Civil rights black.
So yeah, he's civil rights black. So could you imagine they going back and forth and you know because the Floyd knocked the shit out of him literally. He knocked the shit out that white man. Okay, so that white man get the shit knocked out of him. Then he come hit him with a foot in the face. It's the only way that Floyd was hitting the ground, honey. Okay, the only way.
But I don't think Conor McGregor kicks though. That's what I'm saying.
Sometimes you have to step out your comfort zone. He boxing and he not a former boxer.
But he mainly boxes on MMA though. He mainly boxes on
MMA is no rules.
MMA is all the forms of fighting.
Or the only other way that Mayweather would have lost is if they went in that cage. What's they be in the
octagon, baby?
Whatever. Yeah, they put him in that
octagon.
cage. That nigga would have been done. Because I feel like that octagon is like WWE. I feel like he would have came out with a chair.
I'm done with you.
Just threw like bats at him. Shout out to Mayweather. Again, get your money right. Did we think he was going to lose?
No.
I hope he's done, though. I want him to be done.
He ain't going to be done because he going to end up owing some more money.
His
ass going to fuck around and get CTE.
What you mean, get?
Shit, he probably already got it.
Yeah, it's just levels to it.
Yeah, getting punched in the face.
McGregor really got it.
Mayweather
gave it to him.
He got punched in the face so hard.
The spit came out his. Was it snot or spit? Could you imagine getting hit so hard?
You know how your mom be like, I'm going to knock the shit out y'all?
That's what Mayweather did. And you know, I'm the type of person, you knock me that hard, I'm not getting up. That's what I said. I had to give McGregor something because he lasted 10 rounds with Floyd.
Yeah.
And he got knocked the fuck out and then tried to still move forward because I would have laid on the ground. I'd be like, I'm done. Give me my check, please. Give me my check.
I know.
But that white boy be clean, though.
You do.
I do like his part. He's from Ireland.
Yeah, I guess.
Look at that Irish.
Well, he sure got not tonight. Not yesterday.
Shout out to Mayweather. Pay your taxes. Next.
Please, brother. Thoughts and prayers goes out to the people who are surviving Hurricane Harvey.
Why y'all don't leave, though? Why people don't leave? That's not even a Harvey folk. Why people don't leave?
A bunch of during all the hurricanes, people just don't leave. And then next thing you know, they told y'all ass it's gonna be flooding, it's gonna be water and wind all over the place, and motherfuckers be like, I'm not leaving, not in my house.
I don't know why they don't leave. And, I'm not talking about people who physically can't leave, because some older people and stuff that can't leave.
But able-bodied individuals
with
who sit there.
Cars and disposable income. Get the fuck off and go away for the weekend. They would have insurance on your house, honey. Only thing I be taking is my insurance policy.
I have flood
and
insurance.
My pictures.
You know me, I'll be calling up Geico. I got flood insurance.
I be taking my pictures and that's it. Pictures and my flood insurance paper and get the fuck on.
Yeah.
But it is horrible like that with natural disasters. But that happens everywhere. I remember when we first moved out here, and we're from Michigan, so we ain't shy of like thunderstorms and tornadoes. So we that's something new. The first year we moved out here, and they said us, we really don't get bad weather out here. That year we got a tornado, a hurricane, a snow. We got everything, right?
Yeah.
And I remember being a grad student, and I got the alert on my phone, and it came on the screen, and I'm on the internet, and it was like a tornado. Which one is the one when they done spotted it? Like warning, like meaning.
Yeah.
It ain't a suggestion. The bitch is on his way.
It's here. It's a tornado.
And I told my supervisor, I said, well, the tornado look like it's about an hour or two away. I'm going home to prepare for this. And they was like, they always say that ain't never really hit.
That motherfucker.
And I stayed there for 15 minutes. And you know what? That sky started turning like it was the fucking Wizard of Oz. I said, I got to pack this me. I packed my shit up and got home and went and hid in the tub. And do you know, when I got back to work, I think school wouldn't even open that next day, right?
Yeah.
2 days later, they was like, Nyambi, you were right. The tornado did come. I said, they told you the tornado was coming.
So it's one of the things y'all don't know about Nyambi. Whenever they say something about bad weather, rain, sleet, snow,
I have
hail,
an emergency pack.
Nyambi is getting the fuck on.
I don't play with weather. When God is doing his work, I be still. And I remember I kept looking on the news, and that's how I knew I was still young. Because I was like, oh, well, it's okay. And then the newsman came back on. He's sweating. You know the newsman's serious when he take his tie off. His tie was off and his sleeves was rolled up. I said, oh, he's about to do work. He's sleeping there. And I got the fuck on, got in my car. When I was driving home, it was like a scene from The Wizard of Oz. I feel like I seen a cow. Like ride by in the window. It was like, I have to get home. The sky turned green and yellow and shit. As soon as I got home, I probably had 30 minutes to spare before the tornado hit. And them people were still up at the school looking out the window.
Stupid asses.
I was in the I'm one little bedroom apartment. You ain't there. I took my ass into the bathtub and I closed the curtain. I had a candle and a bag of chips.
Do we have a black love story?
What is wrong with you?
I'm not gonna entertain you in this tornado shit.
What do you think that was too much?
I was in the bathtub with the curtain drawn with a bag of chips.
I ain't playing.
I know you wasn't.
All right, what's going on with this? We got it. Is that what you're saying? We got it.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. You gonna do it? I'm doing it.
All right. To submit your black love story, go to blacklovematters.com/love story. Once again, Black Love Matters /love story. That's black with no K. Submit your black love story, and we shout you guys out. We might also call you and say, "Come on up and show your story online or on the show." Yeah.
Beautiful.
So, this black love story is from Nadia and Loyal, who have
like that.
Yeah, Nadia and Loyal.
Yeah,
They have been together. They've been together for 152 days or 5 months.
What? You know what? Black love is
Hey, black love is black love.
It don't matter if it's 1 day. It don't
Shit.
matter if it's 1,000 days, 1,000,000 days.
Hey.
They said 152 days.
Hey, you got to
You
do
know what?
that
That's
shit.
that new love. When you be counting days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? When you first begin with someone. Remember when you were younger, you be like, it's our 1 month anniversary, our 2 month anniversary.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Sure
I like
is.
it. All right.
So they just said, hi, Nero Nyambi. I literally listened to your podcast from episode 1 to the present in the last 2 weeks.
Amazing.
I love y'all.
I love you too.
I'm writing because I want to tell y'all about my black love story.
Mm-hmm.
I've known my boyfriend for a year, but we have officially started dating in March of this year.
Okay, so they've been together almost like 2 years just about. Okay, good.
Well, they've known each other.
All right. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
You be friends with folks.
You
Amazing.
got to court them.
Court them.
You know, I courted Nyambi for about a year too.
Sure did.
How we met? My girlfriend from college. I was touched by white hands.
Hey, welcome to the club.
Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Is dating his best friend from high school. She mentioned to me in one of our monthly dinners that he asked about me. Long story short, he slid up in those DMs on Instagram, and we've been together since.
You know, we need to gather all our black love story for our folks who met like on Instagram,
Right.
Twitter. I know plenty of officials, POF. POF. I ain't know that, y'all. And like get tips from them.
Yeah.
Like we need to have like I know we've talked about online
Uh-huh.
dating, but you know, we briefly did it. Like
Right.
I don't even know if we, qualified to talk about. We really need to have folks who it worked and they done it well to give like our listeners and our community like tips on how to really navigate.
Right,
it.
yeah.
That would be
sliding,
amazing.
yeah, you sliding in these DMs. What's the
Like
do's
what the
and
what the
do
DM? What's the structure of the
Right.
email?
What do you
Well, you
say?
read the email. Good evening.
Do you
This
say?
Nyambi. Good evening, good sir. Have all swell.
You know, how you doing? Winky eyes, heart, heart,
Emojis.
purple heart emoji.
You silly. Finish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prior to us dating, we both had gotten out of a bad relationship.
Yeah.
Personally, my past relationship broke me, especially with my grandmother who raised me passed away. In between that time, I asked God to keep my heart open to love. Lo and behold, he came into my life.
Look at the Lord. Won't he do it?
Yeah, he will.
Oh. Come on, girl.
What makes our relationship different? Currently, we are in a long-distance relationship.
Gotcha.
I'm in D.C., he's in Florida. Though being in 2 different states can be difficult, it builds trust and communication.
It does.
We make time for each other, whether it's traveling to see each other or FaceTiming dinner dates.
Oh, I like that idea,
Oh.
doing FaceTime during dinner dates.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That
Even
is
if you're not
dope.
long distance, like, say if you like, that's still fun.
Yeah.
Or I should say super long distance.
Yeah.
Like if you're in a different town, like that's a nice way to do things. Yeah.
Yeah. We make it work. Even though it's only been 152 days, I did that just for you, Neil. Shout out to you, Shoes.
Y'all know he loved it.
From day one, we knew that we were the one.
Can I continue reading it?
What you got? Oh, you ain't like one speech impediment?
I knew he was the one when I started praying for him. Come on. I'm feeling connected.
Oh, you just wanted to say that.
No, it's not. I knew he was the one when I started praying for him. I never prayed for any of my relationships, but when we started talking, not dating, come on, talking, not dating, courting, getting to know each other, amazing. He was always in my prayers. We've already met each other's families, parents and all. I got invited to Thanksgiving, so you know it's real. His prayers came to his praise. He prays for me too, y'all. Come on, look at the Lord. We do our daily devotions every morning. Faith is definitely the center of our relationship. Because we're in different states, clear communication makes us work. Also, we're older, so we know what we want and need. We set goals and we check in with each other. I'm 29 and he's 33, so you don't have to. Ooh.
Yep. Thank you for not reading ahead. Yeah.
They seasoned.
Hey.
Yeah, that's a good check box.
Yeah.
If I had to pick a grouping of it, I would say that's a good check box to be in. What you think?
Nah, I'd be happy to be 30, y'all.
I am. Don't do that, Nero. Now I can go on about our black love and why it works for us, but I'll keep it short. In the end, we will be in the same state next year. Yes, and I pray and know that our relationship will continue to grow. He is truly my best friend, and couldn't imagine being in love with anyone else. Again, thank you for this platform and spreading black love. Black love is lit. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
This was amazing. We're going to have to connect with them. I see a couple of things we can connect with them on.
Yeah.
So this idea of social media and dating, like, I don't want to say the protocol. That's really formal. But, like, what are some tips and tricks in doing it? Like, we talked about it, but we never did. I like practical information. So what does it look like? How do I do it? What are warning signs? What are positive things? What that's what I need to know. Mm-hmm. And also, I think it's this idea of diving deeper into long-distance relationships. Mm-hmm. I've seen a lot of long-distance relationship work amazing.
Yeah.
And it really helps, like, the relationship to grow stronger and be, what it needs to be. I know we did long distance for, about 6 months or so?
Yeah, it was about 6 months to a year.
How do you think we did it? We were younger, though.
Yeah.
It was harder.
It was young. It was rough.
Yeah.
I think we had, like, a little break going on in there.
I don't remember that. I don't remember the break. Or was it breaking your head?
I think we got on each other's nerves.
Yeah.
But I think communication definitely helps with that. And I think for both of us, we have two totally different communication styles. And being long distance doesn't really help with that.
No. But it can work.
Yeah.
It can work. So thank you so much, Nadia and Loyal. I love that kind of combination, don't you? Doesn't that sound like a brand?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, I guess it is the brand, honey. It's their Black Love brand.
Exactly.
And they say Black Love is lit. So thank y'all again for your continued support. And thank you for that beautiful, beautiful love story. It's amazing, as always.
Yeah.
What pillow talk you got for us, Nero?
Well, first things first. Why are you looking at me crazy? First things first, shout out to everybody that's protesting out in Berkeley. So they had another counter protest against some right wing motherfuckers out there in Berkeley.
At Berkeley, they tried that shit.
So they tried to have one in San Francisco, and I think that got canceled. And then the next day they had one in Berkeley, and that supposedly got canceled too.
Yeah.
But they still had a little something going on, and the the Antifa, like they like to call it, anti-fascists. And
who?
That's what they like to call it, like Antifa.
Antifas?
The anti-fascist people. The people that the anti-alt-right was out there getting in their asses.
Yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to them.
Yeah, I'm surprised they tried. I know they ain't having it in San Francisco, honey. And I very rarely thought they was going to have it at Berkeley.
Right.
Berkeley, the school Berkeley or this?
Berkeley.
Okay. Oh, don't do that to me. But they going to continue this, though, y'all.
Yeah.
So be steadfast and stand firm in what you say and what you mean. Even all the universities out there, I know as the folks our woke students who are going back, make sure you maintain the right balance of being aware of what's going on and fighting the resistance, but also know the part of fighting the resistance is keeping them grades up and going to class.
Hey,
they're gonna try to distract you.
Your ass get kicked out because you
on a technicality.
Because your ass fighting the movement.
All right, so we need you. We need you to graduate. That's what we need y'all to do. So no, this is just the first of many things that's coming up.
And other Uncle Tom news.
You said Uncle Tom news.
Yes.
No, what did we say? Sunken place.
And other sunken Tom news. Michael Vick just got a job at fucking Fox Sports, y'all.
It's okay. Before we go on with that, is Fox Sports equivalent to Fox News?
Yes.
Like, is there a way they present sports more conservative, or what is that?
I think so. Like,
okay.
I think anything from Fox is a little bit more conservative.
Hell, The Simpsons ain't. And Family Guy. That's what I understand.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about the actual news channels, like Fox News, Fox Sports, not like Fox, the TV show.
What's the difference? Aren't they all the same network?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not going to play with you. I'm not going to entertain it, but I just know when it comes to Fox Sports and Fox News, it's very conservative.
So how do you give conservative sports news? What does that look like?
Well, exactly. When Michael Vick ass was telling Colin Kaepernick that he needed to cut his hair.
Oh, he went on ESPN?
No, he was on Fox Sports.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, so really it is more conservative.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so, he just announced that his ass is on there.
Oh, okay.
He's talking about how he been giving interviews and things of that sort. And my question is, did he just put down Kaepernick so he can get this job at Fox Sports?
Yeah.
So,
next
Tom,
question. What do you mean? Next question.
Nigga.
Yes. And that's why what's his wife? Remember, ain't his wife who cussed him out 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, got in his ass.
She doing it again unless she got him a bag.
I hope she continue to get in his ass because his sunken place ass, it's just, that motherfucker pisses me off. And there's a nigga out here fighting dogs and shit. And the motherfucking Colin Kaepernick out here doing a peaceful protest, taking a knee, talking about, nigga, you need to cut your hair.
Oh, my god.
Nigga, you was fighting dogs.
You said you was fighting dogs.
You was fighting dogs.
Where Peter at?
Right.
We need to get Peter on that ass. Peter don't play.
Yeah, so I just wanted to bring that out.
Oh.
Yeah.
You don't like that, I see.
No, I don't. Michael Vick shouldn't have a job.
Really?
No.
You think because of what his comments said or him fighting the dogs or everything?
I
guess that's enough.
All the above. Check the box.
Was he a good football player?
Yeah, he was a dope football player.
Who did he used to play for?
The Falcons.
What city is that?
Atlanta, baby.
Oh. I'm sorry. I don't really follow chasing the dog like a ball. Like, I don't follow this type of news.
Okay.
So I don't know all his statistics and criteria, okay?
Gotcha.
Thank you.
So,
Next news.
What you got for me?
45 is Monday. We starting. 45 has pardoned a controversial former Arizona sheriff, Joe. Am I saying this right? Aparicio?
I don't know.
You say I don't know. What we have to stop with
Joe
this.
Racism.
You said Joe racism. What was that? Remember Obama, Everyday Joe? Remember they always had that he always talks about an everyday Joe. He said everyday racism.
Yeah, everyday racism.
He said so. President Trump on Friday pardoned former, like I said, Arizona chef.
Chef or sheriff?
Sheriff. Did I say chef?
Yeah.
Whatever. Anywho, the controversial 85-year-old former, it's called Maricopa County Sheriff, who lost re-election in 2006 after 23 years in office, was found guilty of criminal contempt in July for defying a federal judge's order to stop detaining people based on suspicion of their immigration status when there was no evidence they had broken state law. Facing up to 6 months in prison for the misdemeanor offense, the sheriff's attorney said that he would appeal. The White House, however, issued this statement. Here we go. Today, President 45 granted a presidential pardon to Joe, the racist. No.
Joe Racism.
Former sheriff of Arizona, the Joe the racist life and career, which began at the age of 18 when he enlisted in the military after the armed break of Korea, blah, blah, blah. He exemplified selfless public service after serving the Army, some more stuff. He was an agent for the DEA, some more bullshit. In 92, the problems faced the community, blah, blah, blah. All in all, we pardon. He's a patriot and we pardoning him.
Fuck him.
What is this? First of all, okay.
He kept Arizona safe. What the fuck?
Sorry to our brothers, sisters, and cousins in Arizona. What is he talking about? Why did the president need to step in on a 6-month sentence?
You know why?
Isn't that safe for when people are like about to die, or like people who's fleeing the country and scared to come back?
You know why?
Like, aren't these people who are like revolutionaries, and do you know what I'm saying? Who like stood out usually on like civil crime. So again, we're talking about people who maybe went against the word of like civil rights type things before it was like legal.
You know why?
This man is 85 and he had a max of 6 months in jail. Even if they got the 6 months, they weren't gonna put his 85-year-old ass in jail.
You know why?
Secondly, why was he going up for another election at 85?
You know why?
Why?
Racism.
This is crazy.
First of all, you know why his ass ain't in jail. Because, you know, he's going to run into the motherfuckers that he put up in that bitch.
Oh, he wasn't that lasted, honey. He had to go and protect. He got to go in the shoe.
Our Chicano brothers and sisters.
Come on, our Latino, Mexican, all y'all. I know that
they was going to get up in that old 85 ass and show his ass what's going on. Show his ass the real penal system.
Oh, my God. But it just didn't make no sense. 45 is just poking a bear, and the bear is us. just to stir shit up.
Yeah.
Because again, it's another one who near death. 85.
Yeah.
He just about dead. He's one footstep from hospice.
Yeah, he is.
About to go to the Lord and meet his maker, and really fend for the crimes he done did.
You know what? Donald Trump is doing a lot of problematic shit.
Duh.
You know?
What are you talking about?
This nigga is doing a lot of problematic shit, so you got to keep on with the resistance. You know, another thing that came in the news, but I didn't put it on here, is that he's set to reverse like the Obama bans about like selling, no, not even that, but selling old military stuff to like local police forces.
What the fuck? I'm tongue tied. Yeah. What the police need military grade equipment for?
So, you know, Obama put a ban on that.
Yeah, because this is not the military. You're not in the army. You're a police officer. Them two, it's levels to this shit.
So,
okay.
So Trump ass is about to reverse that shit. I seen that shit in USA Today, but
oh my God,
they haven't officially done it yet. So once
talking
they
about
do it,
militarizing our police force.
Yeah,
literally.
So you know. Niggas about to have tanks again, like in the Detroit movie, like in motherfucking Ferguson, like anywhere else they got.
Because the police is not the
color.
army. They don't have the same, I shouldn't say that. So both of them are set to protect the American people, but they do them by different means.
Yeah. Like army, military is military, and like
they
police,
have training on
police is like pseudo military. Actually, it's not even.
I wouldn't even
military.
say it's military.
Yeah,
it's a civil service. Like, it's self-policing. You know what I'm like? It's different. You take different care of caution when you're dealing with local stateside civilian thing
versus being in war and shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These men and women are at war. It's literally life and death.
Yeah, being
on the police force, it should. You know, sometimes it is, but it shouldn't be all the time. Like, what they gonna do with AK-47s?
I don't know.
Like, what are they buying? What are they buying from the military that the police can use?
I'm telling you.
The military don't got shields, honey.
I'm telling you. The race wars is coming. Donald Trump gonna get these police stations, all the old military shit, and they gonna go up in the hoods and gonna shoot and kill our ass. So your motherfuckers get ready. I'm telling you, motherfuckers get ready, cause this shit is about to happen.
No, I don't.
No, you gonna look at me crazy, but I'm serious. These motherfuckers coming and they gonna come to the hood. They gonna shoot up motherfuckers, and this is how it's gonna be.
That's that cancer.
I'm just telling the truth, cause that's next. That's next. The race war is coming. Mark my words. So Naomi can narrow me and look at me crazy and try to hush me and shit, but it's true. The race war is coming.
Okay, I got different thoughts on that. We're gonna have to flesh that out in a different episode. I don't know if it's necessarily a race war, but I do think it's something happening. I don't know what this divide is. I originally I thought it was a racial divide, but it's not that. It's something else. And I think it's being veiled as a racial war, but I don't think it really is.
Donald Trump ass about to be a fucking dictator in this bitch.
It's too many white men to let that go down.
They said that about Hitler too.
Ooh, stop. You know, I'm putting my prayer journal tonight. I gotta get some prayers. I got, we believe in praying for the president.
Okay.
He even slipped up. The Reverend slipped up today. He was like, we believe in praying for our leaders in the country, good and bad. He said, I got to watching that, the CNN, the other ends. He couldn't even get the stations out. He said, I done got mad.
Right.
I said, come on, Reverend, tell him about it. I still prayed for him, but don't be crazy. That's basically was the message.
Right.
Continue to pray, but don't be crazy. What else we got now?
I seen this because it was very interesting. So Herman Cain ass and came out from
Who?
his ass and came out from
Who
the
is
depths of
Herman
hell.
Cain?
666 or what was it? 555.
That's the devil.
No, what was this shit like 555 or 999 or some bullshit like that?
No, who is Herman Cain?
The pizza dude. The pizza dude who ran for office or trying to be president. Yeah.
Ben Carson.
No, Herman Cain. The pizza dude. It's like 555 or some bullshit like that he was talking about.
Let me Google him. Continue with the story. Let me Google him.
So recently, the Michigan Chronicle, shout out to them.
Come on, Michigan. Come on, Michigan. Shady.
Senior editor penned the piece critical of United States Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, Ben Carson ass, and his Uncle Tom, high school Negro.
Oh, I remember him with the bald head.
I told you the pizza dude, 555 or 666 or whatever the fuck the shit was.
Yes. Oh, shout out to him. He went to Morehouse, y'all.
Oh. So
the HBCU education.
The Michigan Chronicle put out this article. It was entitled "Shame of Detroit: Ben Carson Completes."
Hold on, whoa! Go back to
you can't let me get it out.
I can't because I gotta know the facts. Because Neil might be making shit.
I'm telling you, the Michigan Chronicle.
Yes.
Which is our, the newspaper, one of the longest standing black newspapers in Michigan.
I know exactly who the Michigan Chronicle is. Mm-hmm.
They penned an article that was entitled "Shame of Detroit: Ben Carson competes for House Negro of the Year award."
Fucking Detroit. That's a lot. That's a lot. They said shame of Detroit.
Yeah.
Ben Carson completes for House Negro of the Year award.
Yeah.
Who in the running?
Shit. Evidently.
Okay, continue reading. Come on, I'm engaged.
So Herman Cain asked 555 or 999.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you got to look that shit up.
I'll find it. You finish reading.
Y'all might remember his ass from the 2012 presidential campaign. Came up with his own essay in defense of Carson ass, and his was entitled "House Negroes Stand Up."
Okay, I'm still here.
So the Michigan Chronicle went on to talk about and condemning like President Trump and all this other stuff from like the Charlottesville stuff. And so they said so Carson is the only African American member of Trump's cabinet. Omarosa, the other resident House Negro, is a White House.
Almost dropped this mic. Okay.
Is a White House advisor and believes that having President of the United States can't make up his mind whether or not to endorse or condemn neo-Nazis and other white supremacists in the streets of Charlotte. So then, Herman Cain ass came out. He wasn't all that surprised. So he was like, since the Michigan Chronicle, a historically black Detroit-based newspaper, thinks Ben Carson is a house Negro, then I must be one too.
Yeah.
And so he told Herman Cain told Ben Carson, not to worry, that the Michigan Chronicle is nothing but haters, name calling haters, and that House Negro is just one of the names you get called by other black people when you are successful at doing something. Negative.
Try again. Mm-hmm.
So then, Herman Cain was talking about how, basically he was just caping for fucking Ben Carson, talking about, gentle Dr. Ben Carson is too nice to respond to that garbage article by the name called the Michigan Chronicle, but I'm not. Being a house Negro is just one of the insulting names. I have been called as an ABC, American Black Conservative. I didn't know they had a fucking acronym for that.
Oh, they call ABCs.
Yeah.
American Black Conservatives.
Yeah, simply because I
think
did not
Black
subscribe.
Conservatives is different than House niggas though. But
Simply because I do not subscribe to the black liberal backward looking narrative of black identity politics.
Nigga, please.
Maybe that's why I've had multiple successful careers over the last 50 years, and the name calling has not stopped me or slowed me down.
Is he married to a white woman?
If being a house Negro, if being a house Negro is what some of us must endure for succeeding in this nation, and thinking for ourselves, then let all house Negroes stand up and be counted.
I want to have a conversation about house Negroes, but we'll talk about what this means. What do you think? I'm not here for neither one of them. I'm not here for neither one of them. Like, what is Herman Cain and Ben Carson? We saying you house Negro because you ain't there for the community. It ain't about being successful. And if you think you're the most successful black man on this planet, you highly confused. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, what? I think they live in a delusional universe. And I think people have a problem with both of them because they pick and choose it's this morality complex. So you ready to get on your black folks when we saying, when we see a thing, right? But they're not willing to have this same type of conversation when the president 45 and the folks who running with him is doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to be a black conservative, you're going to be a black Republican, call up the bullshit on the Republican side. It ain't going to do it right. It's wrong. Yeah. And they're not willing to do that. So therefore use a house Negro.
Yeah.
Because you doing what Master say. What's that? Was it Malcolm X or was it Harry Tubman? Malcolm X, what's his favorite speech? When he be like, it's the house Negro and it's the field Negro. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. When the master gets sick, house nigga, we sick, master, we sick. You know what I'm saying? When the field Negro and the master gets sick, oh, that motherfucker sick.
I hope he die.
I hope.
when the house burned down, the house Negro trying to put out the fire. When the house burned down for the field Negro, he's saying, I hope that bitch burn the fuck down.
I want a big win. Let's burn it all the way down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that's the fucking difference. Mm-hmm. The master's the enemy.
Yeah.
That's the enemy. And the master necessarily got to be a white man, but whoever the enemy is, the house nigga always trying to align themselves with the master.
Yeah.
At the rate of killing their own people.
Yeah.
That's the problem we got with you. It ain't that you successful. You think you the only nigga that done sold pizzas?
And it was the 999 plan.
I don't care.
I know you don't, but I had to figure it out. I had to fact check it.
I don't know. Like, I don't have no. I'd really try to have some sympathy when they was for. I do remember this Cain man and even Ben Carson. I really try to have some empathy for them and where they come from, but I don't see it. Because the thing is, for them to be these successful as black men, this ain't the first time they done seen racism.
No.
So I think they owe it even more because you done went through the shit. But you like it. It hurts so fucking good, don't it? Mm. It hurts so fucking good. You want to continue to get it. So that's why the fuck I got a problem with them. That's some bullshit.
It is some bullshit, baby.
What else you think about Cain and Carson? And Carson, he did right. He ain't say a motherfucker.
Well, Cain ass can go back to the depths of hell, wherever the fuck he was at, and eat incel fucking pizzas and sat down. Sat down somewhere. But yeah, that's one of the things. Is like this
I wouldn't
is
even consider them house Negroes. Yeah. What's the one? They the overseers.
But I think this is a prime example of like people going against their own benefits. Mm-hmm. Like, they doing this shit and like trying to be like the forefront of the shit. Like, these motherfuckers are on the side that nothing about the Republican Party benefits people of color. Nothing from this. Nothing from the current administration benefits. Hell, America. Shit, we can go from there.
Yeah.
That benefits the 99%. And you think of like his pizza empire, Ben Carson, the motherfucker who I forgot what the fuck he said. The heart transplant motherfucker got all this damn money. Like, none of this shit that this current administration benefits none of these, benefits the rest of us.
And Ben Carson being from Detroit.
And I think that's the thing. That I think that's really hurt the worst. That nigga ain't from Detroit, y'all.
I know
his ass like Kid Rock.
Yeah.
But that's the shit I feel like. They are house Negroes. They Uncle Tom ass niggas and they house Negroes. Yes.
Yeah.
So what, you was successful? I don't give a fuck. But you ain't doing shit for the people.
But they're not the only. It's some successful field niggas too.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say the field niggas outweigh the house niggas right now.
They do.
But the bigger conversation I want to have is this idea of being a field nigga versus a house nigga. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's ever appropriate to be a field nigga?
No.
I mean a house nigga.
House nigga.
When do you think it's appropriate ever to be a house nigga?
No. Yeah, I think it's appropriate to code switch to present yourself as a house nigga.
I was just you can be covertly a house nigga, but once you get in the house, I need you to crush up that glass and sprinkle it on a rice.
Right.
Kill him slowly, honey. Come
So,
on.
I think it's appropriate to code switch and present yourself that way.
Yes.
But to actually be a house nigga, no.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I don't think so either.
I need your ass to be Kato.
Huh? Oh, Kato on Underground. They cancel Underground too.
That didn't make me
And
sad.
Oprah said she ain't doing it's too high. But Kato, for y'all, are y'all looking for another show to watch? Go watch Underground. It's on Hulu. When Kato, so Kato was, tell them about Kato. Tell them about the scenes where you knew you was with Kato, with his old crooked ass.
Well, I knew I was with Kato when he gave that long ass monologue on how he got that burn on his face.
Woo, give it.
It's talking about how he was running race delay. He kept running, and they brand his ass with the runaway R.
Ooh.
And then he just couldn't fathom looking at that R on his face that he burnt his own face.
It's a word.
He burnt his own face
Come on.
in order to get that R off.
Come on.
And that scene where he used to setting shit up and kicking down these fucking buckets and shit.
He was telling, because the niggas was going to run away. Oh,
Yeah.
you remember the niggas.
Yeah.
The slaves.
The field niggas.
Was going to run the field African Americans were going to run we're going to run away. And he was like, y'all niggas ain't running away. I ain't going to let you run away.
Not without me.
And that was the T. And they was like, don't be telling Kato, he gonna turn us in. And like they trying to hide water away. He breaking all they buckets and shit. And then it came to the night they was gonna run, right? Mm-hmm. And Kato got all of them. And they making a run for it. And Kato telling Master, they about to run, Master. They about to go run, Master. Go get your white horses. We gonna get these niggas right. So Master went and got all his horses and shit round up. Kato tricked his ass and set that whole cotton field on fire and said, run, niggas, run. And they got the fuck away. I said, that's my nigga Kato. You got to be overt. You got to be covert in this bitch. You got to be a covert house nigga.
So I think that's the only way to be a house nigga is to be
I don't think I ever could be a house nigga. I code switch on you, but my code switch lasts about an hour. Mm-hmm. What you mean by code switch?
Yeah, the code switch. I should present myself as a house nigga so I can burn down the house.
So you can get in?
Yeah, so I can get in and burn down the house, or get in and bring in some more field niggas so we can figure out how the hell we gonna take over. That's the type of nigga I am.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't. The place I've been and the place I'm in now and the places I've been, I can't. It ain't no way. You hear me? We need to bring some house niggas on.
Shit. The thing is, I don't even know any.
I don't know none.
Because I'm
associate
very
with
selective of the people I have in my circle, and there ain't no house niggas.
I got some
circle.
field niggas who think they house niggas. But they gonna find out sooner.
Maybe we should have a conversation with them because they mindset is house nigga.
But they is a field.
But
nigga,
they a
honey.
field nigga for sure.
They a field nigga. The master make them think it because they let them come in and bring them some tea every now and then.
So maybe we need to have a conversation with just to get the inside of what they think. How it is to be a house nigga, even though they a field nigga.
Yeah. Because I think a lot of time the rep comes from if you're like almost like what this fool said. If you're a successful brown person, you a house nigga. That ain't it at all. Or like that idea of you being a sellout. No, that ain't it at all. I think the sellout stuff come when there's a lack of connection, empathy, and compassion for your community. That's when that idea of sellout comes from. Because I can't stand up more when folks, especially brown people, like, well, if I did it, you can do it.
Yeah.
No, nigga, that ain't how it works.
That ain't how it works.
You got about a luck of the draw in Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we all got through here. It's not the same, and we have to work together as a community to continue to bring each other up. And even, being in higher ed, in not just higher ed, being a young brown woman that's a professional, a lot of times folks get on because of mentorship from elders.
Yeah.
And not, I can count on my hand the number of brown elders in higher education who's taken me aside, told me things, and really invested in me. I can count on one hand, and I've been in the field over 10 years. Put it this way, I done invested in more folks coming under me than elders have invested. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yes.
So, I was at like the middle management level. So we're talking about like executive leadership at universities, right? Or like tenure faculty. I can count on my damn hand the number one who's personally invested in me, right? Mm-hmm. And because of that, I've done nothing but go out my way to reach out to entry level new professionals, undergrad and graduate students to mentor them. Because that's what it is. That's how you navigate through. And without that support, you don't do it. And I think sometimes that generation right above us get that Ben Carson, field nigga, house nigga, sellout rep because of that. Yeah, I think it's the lack of the connection and compassion and empathy for the community.
Yeah, because they're like, well, I made it and I did that. It's like, you made it on the backs of other people. And it's your ass. It's not your. It's time for your ass to lay down so somebody can crawl on your fucking back and move up.
You know, I'm getting upset now. I'm feeling the blood boil. And I think also when you're in places of power, like these fools, Carson and them, and not calling the thing where you're at these tables.
Yeah.
So you are at a powerful seat. Both of them, somehow they made it to the Republican primaries. And they never once called out racism. And I know that's not against, I know that's not the Republican platforms, but y'all niggas weren't going to win.
No.
Do you know, like...
And I think that's a primary time to call out racism. Period.
That's a beautiful time to call out racism and separate what it is to be black in the Republican Party. And the same thing with these upper level administrators or the folks who are higher up in their business or their careers. It is your time to call out shit when it's going down.
True.
And the thing is, it's even at university, there's diversity officers who's scared to go to presidents, vice provosts, deans, faculty member, and staff to say it's fucking racist on this goddamn campus. What do you mean? The students don't feel welcome here. It is a racist ass environment. And they fucking scared to do that.
They are.
So that's the problem that I have. Yeah, you a Uncle Tom. Yeah, you a house nigga. You man my own community. Motherfucker, you stand up for your own community. The hell is this? Pull your ass up out of bootstraps and come to the community then. Don't come down my block. That's why they ain't keep Nyambi. They don't want Nyambi because I'm gonna call a thing a thing. I was known for calling white people racist. Every environment I go to. I was like, it's just in your culture. I was known for telling their ancestors too.
Y'all see why I love her, right?
I'm just saying. Or, when they try to say shit about people, and I'm like, that wasn't a good year for my people. Shit. That wasn't a good year for my people.
Lord.
And they used to hate what I used to do. White people be having dumb white conversations, and they'll say something. I'm like, I'm not familiar. I don't know what you're talking about. Because, they never know what the fuck we're talking about. Mm-hmm. I was constant, and I wouldn't let them go. Sometimes brown folks, we be too nice when they having them boring-ass conversations on Monday. Look, we just told them to be nice. I'm already starting shit up.
Right.
And they'll be talking about some stupid ass song. So they're going to come in and talk about this dumbass Taylor Swift song, right? Keep prodding. What are you talking about? Didn't Beyonce do that? Right. I'm not familiar. Tell me more. I don't get it. I don't understand. Them be my favorite questions to tell white people. But anywho, this idea of house Negroes and field Negroes, I just had to flesh that out. I went somewhere I didn't know it was going to go, but I had to speak my heart.
You got to get it out, baby.
All right. Anything else you got to say about that nigga?
Fuck that nigga.
Oh.
Fuck both of them. Fuck Ben Carson and fuck Kane ass too. Piece of ass 999.
All right. Do we have any kitchen table talk today, bro,
do.
sis, cuz?
Bro, sis, cuz. To submit a kitchen table talk, submit your kitchen table talk topic to blacklovematters@gmail.com. Remember, that's black with no K. Baby, you want to read it or you want me to read it?
I can read it.
Okay.
So it's, I love it. So when the email opens, Grand Rising, Niram and Nyambi.
Oh.
I love a Grand Rising salutation.
Okay.
So again, Grand Rising, Niram and Nyambi. This question's for both of you. What do you guys do for fitness and healthy journey? Just a little backstory. I'm wanting to start my fitness health journey because, honey, I'm ready to be snatched again. I know that's right. Hey, don't we all? Come on. Plus, you get married, so she got to be flying her pictures, right?
Mm-hmm.
LOL. I've always struggled with my weight. Me too, sis. Since middle school, but now that I look back at my pictures, I'm like I was a bae in high school, and I wasn't confident enough to know I was bae. This is my journal. I've always been solid, full of muscle, but dealing with low self-esteem adults who were more focused on being skinny. Yep, never been, never will be, and actually looking for internal health healing caused me to psychologically develop sort of an eating disorder. Eating disorders is real in the brown girl community. You maybe could talk to the brown boy community, but I think eating disorders are real in the brown women community, and we just don't talk about it as much. And I think it looks differently. Mm-hmm. Then actually looking at the internal health healing, and I was only eating once a day and slowly slowing down my metabolism down majorly. But as I'm 25 years young, I've learned to love myself and be confident, and my confidence has shot through the roof, but I don't know where to start on this fitness journey or routine because I've never worked out before. And I was a cheerleader and dancer since the age of 5 to high school. So I'm used to throwing people in the air and doing routines and performances. Thanks, lovies. Thank you so much for this email. It's so many good points to hit on. I don't even know where to begin. But before we kind of jump into different advice and stuff like this is honestly, y'all won't Neram on this one. This is Neram Wheelhouse. Not only have he studied it, he's done it. I'm on a long still journey as I am with the Lord, also with fitness. You call them what, values?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're gonna talk about that later. So I'll give you the Nyambi spiel, but Neram is really gonna be the one that breaks this down for you. Also, can you give sis some maybe brown women that she can follow for inspiration? Do you know? I know.
Yeah,
I know some. But sis, these are some amazing brown women that you'll just love their story. But also before we get into this, I really want to go back to this idea of eating disorder. I think brown women and eating disorder is something that's not talked about. When you think of eating disorders, I personally stereotypically think about skinny white girls, right? Mm-hmm. So skinny white girls who just eating crackers once a day and like kind of in corners and they skeletal, right? But I think eating disorder is something that affects brown women. I don't think I've suffered from eating disorder. Like chronically or anything, but I think definitely in my younger age had eating disorder tendencies. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the idea of like binge eating or like emotional eating, like I think that all ties into eating disorders. So I feel you on that. And maybe, when we have our round table, I know you're gonna do like a men's round table and I'm gonna do like with my sister girlfriends more than the Difa. I know you say I only got one friend, but more than her, maybe me and the Difa, we'll talk about
Nyambi and the Lord.
Nyambi in the Lord, my devotional. When this idea of eating disorder, because I think it does show itself differently, and just being a brown woman and growing up, and the idea was sis talked about of being, like she was fine. What she probably was maybe thicker, but fine. I'm sure in high school, but you had families that would be like, "Oh, you fat," but then give you a ham hock. And fried chicken and all this other stuff, So I think a lot of that plays into the mental game. So I appreciate you, sis, for saying that out loud and calling the thing a thing. And that's something I definitely want to dig a little deeper into. First, I'm going to say congratulations for deciding to go on your journey, because it is a journey. I think that's something I learned with age. Like I just thought it's something I would do, but it's really an ongoing journey. Like it's almost a lifestyle. It's like a complete lifestyle change. It's something you have to commit to that you're going to work on for the rest of your life. So congratulations on that. Also, congratulations for getting married. Send us some pictures. So when you get married or do your engagement dinner, we can highlight you like on our Instagram page, or we can tell y'all a love story too. So don't forget that. And ain't no wrong with wanting to get snatched. No. I think everybody need to have moments where we need to tighten it up and get it back right, or just be your best self. Yeah. Just be and feel and look your best self. So good for that. So I'll start with me. What I've shared with you all is that I've lost a lot of weight probably in the last, year and a half. It's probably close to almost 2 years now.
Yeah, Nyambi done got snatched, y'all.
I ain't get snatched. You see, I'm about to do this little detox fast in a few days.
Don't let her fool you. She snatched.
So in the last maybe 2 years, I've lost over 100-something pounds. Would you say, Nero?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, so I probably, at my highest weight, I was like maybe 260. I can't even say that. I gotta whisper it. 260.
Oh my God. So we doing ASMR?
Yeah. Y'all like them pickles? Shout out to y'all, them pickles who sent us that email about them pickles. And now I think my goal race to be right around 130, 140-ish. Right now I'm right close around the 150 mark. So I probably got about 10 to 15 more pounds I want to lose to really be at my best self. So I understand you when you say in the journey, and it take forever. It took me 30 years to get here. So I've always been a bigger girl. Like I've never, ever remember being skinny or on a smaller bunch. So I get you, sis. Some things that I do, I know it sounds crazy, but walking is my best friend. Steps are huge for me. Like I might not go ham and run. I might not do other stuff, but I'm going to get my steps in. And it also helps working at this bot store, right? So when I work at just a normal 4 to 5 hour shift at a bot store, how many steps you say I get in? Like 20,000.
No, I mean it's like 20 to 30,000 dollars. I'm about to say dollars.
What do you say?
20 to 30,000 steps a day
per shift.
Yeah,
like just shift. So that's not even me walking onto that. So if I decide to get up and walk a couple miles in the morning, you pair that with that, like I'm at 40,000 steps already. I'm already at 8 to 10 miles a day. So walking is huge, and don't underestimate that. And I started little. Like I started, and all my friends can testify to this. I started walking 10 minutes at lunch. Then I went to 20 minutes. Then I went to 30. Then I walked the whole hour. So all that helps. But what I would say really was my big thing was food. Food is my soft spot. And the thing is, I'm like my good friend Nia. I like everything. The only food I don't like is tomatoes and olives. But everything else is... Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? And I still probably eat them. But everything else, I'm up for it. Tofu, it doesn't matter. So I really had to understand and change my relationship with food. And I'm happy, in a later episode to kind of share how I did that with a nutritionist and with my counselor. But I really use food as like a coping mechanism. But the thing was, it wasn't just for bad. It was for everything, Nero. It was for good, bad, and ugly. Go ahead.
She celebrates, she wants something to eat. She feel bad, she wants something to eat. It's the regular old day, she wants something to eat.
So I really, my counterpart was food. Like my relationship with food was very excessive. It was not healthy, and I really had to get to the root of that and work through that. And that's really where I had a huge breakthrough. Some other tools I use is Fitness Pal. So the idea of being able to track food, it took me probably about right when I started this healthy, this lifestyle journey. I cook, right? So I know. We never really ate trash. So the worst trash we'll eat is like chips, right? So we might eat chips and maybe a candy bar. But we want a household to eat like banquet meals, ramen. Like we eat whole food.
Like we cooks.
Like we go to the grocery store, we get fruits and veggies, very good meat. So we weren't that victims of that. But I necessarily didn't pay attention to like serving size and things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because you're black.
Shut up. What is that supposed to mean?
Black people ain't got no filter when it comes to serving sizes.
We just do what we want, how we want. So I really had to, again, I think that went back to my relationship with food, but I really had to recognize what I was eating, how I was eating, and how. Like, why? So, okay, I have this big hunk of meat, but I don't move but 10 steps a day. Like, I really had to put my brain in order to say, so how many calories is this? And what am I doing today? Because I knew this, because, I've been touched by white hands. So you know these things, but you really don't know it until you start writing shit down. And that's why I like my Fitness Pal, because you'd be like, hold the hell up. I done ate 4,000 calories in this lunch. Do you know what I'm like? Because in your head, you're like, oh, a burger, maybe 300, fries, another 3. Oh, this ain't nothing. But before you know it, you already at these calories. And if your outtake don't equal you know how that goes. So my Fitness Pal is something that I really, really enjoy. And something this Anerum don't like, but it helps me. I used to do daily weigh-ins. Like, it would set the tone for me.
Nyambi got to the point, it was excessive, y'all. Like, Nyambi weighed herself every day.
Every morning at the same time.
For 2 years straight.
Yeah, I did. It set the tone for me because I'm the type of person, it's like an Instagram picture of a dog that's leaning against the wall. It'd be like, lose 10 pounds, this me. And it was like, lose 2 pounds, now it's me. The dog like leaning. So I would lose, again, my relationship with food. I lose 2 to 10 pounds and be like, oh, let me go celebrate with a cupcake. I deserve this. But every morning it kept me accountable to say, all right, sis. All right. Because when I did like weekly or monthly weigh-ins, hell, you know what type of damage I could do in a week or a month? Like, it just helped me stay focused and also see my trends with my body. So through this weight loss journey or lifestyle change, it really helped me connect with my body. I think that's something else that brown girls we should talk about. Like, sometimes I feel like there was a disconnect between me, my food, and my body and how I feel. Because if I really listened to my body, I did feel different after I ate certain things, after I did certain things. And if you feel good doing certain shit, wouldn't you want to do that more?
Yeah.
Why I want to continue to feel bad? So that helped me too. Also, water and protein is my friend. I learned that the more water I drink a day, the more my body love it. Now, sis, I ain't gonna lie to you. The first week is hell because you go into the bathroom every hour. But after a week or so, your body adjusts and it's not as consistent. But when I tell you get that water in, first of all, your skin clear up. That's the thing. That's what I think got me on the hook. I said, I'm looking like a new money, honey.
Fucking face just be radiating and shit.
Radiant. But also it helped kind of pull that water away. I didn't realize how much water I was retaining until I start drinking more water and realized that the puffiness went away. Like I was so puffy and I had to pull that stuff down. I said protein. Try to get your protein in, be it protein shakes, lean protein, tofu, or whatever it is. Protein helps keep you full. So I got to be satiated. Like y'all know, I'm doing this fasting. Never doing my fast. I ain't hungry. No, that ain't gonna work. I ain't Nyambi ain't going through no fast and being hungry, honey. My stomach can't be growling. And what I've learned for me, what works for me is protein. Protein keeps me satiated, or that feeling of satiation where I'm not like, you ever just been so hungry that the your belly button touch your back? I can't do that. Why you like? Do you know what I'm saying? That feeling, you be like, my belly button is about to touch my back. I can't do that. So that's not something that I can do. So that's important to me. Also, something I really enjoy doing, like I said, I try to do fasting. Like this idea of intermittent fasting, and also like I believe in a vitamin. I believe in taking a vitamin D. I believe in a B12. What else I believe in?
Biotin.
I believe in biotin. I
Primrose
believe in primrose oil. I believe in maca root. I got a whole arsenal that I think help put Nyambi to be the best Nyambi she can be. So it's a lot of things, sis. And it's so many, I know Niram's going to share some fitness brown women that I know I look up and aspire to be like. But no, you can do it. But I know I done gave all this advice. You know what you can do basically too? Go talk to your doctor. Make sure you talk to your doctor. So this stuff worked for Nyambi, and I worked with my doctor, multiple doctors too, honey. My counselor and my primary care. I seen a dietitian, a nutritionist. Sis, go talk to your doctor. That's what the fuck they there for. And I know a lot of times it's hard as a brown woman, especially a brown woman a little bit of weight, because I always used to get that card. They be like, you obese bitch, do something. But really, go talk to your doctor. It's professionals who get paid for this shit. You don't got to do this alone. And keep us updated on your journey, too. I want them pictures of you and your wedding, because I know you're going to be sickening. So that's Nyambi. Niram, he the one. He the guru. I'm just giving you what I know.
Why would I be the guru?
You the guru, because you done did this. You done studied. You done did it. I just did this. I'm new money. I'm new to this game, honey.
Well, I hate to toot my own horn, baby.
You done did it. But for real, sis, make sure you talk to your doctor, too, because it might be something else. Like, if this way, it could be a thyroid issue, it could be a hormone imbalance. Go get that blood work just to make sure. Just make sure you're good, all right? Niram?
Yeah, so I guess I'll use one of my degrees that I done got in school to give y'all some knowledge, or give you some knowledge. So I think for me, like for fitness-wise, I run. I love running. I'm addicted to running. I started running back in 2012, and I ran over 30 races, a marathon, half marathons, all that shit. And I think for me, as I talked earlier, I'm in this process of like going vegan and things of that sort. So I'm always doing some type of thing to switch it up. And I think for me, it's always a switch in my head that clicks. There's always something that clicks for me to like get this journey going. So back in 2012, my doctor called me fat, and I was like, screw you, I'm gonna run a marathon. His ass laughed at me. And then, a year and a half later, I ran the Detroit Marathon. I looked at him like, yeah, bitch. What you got now? What you got now, nigga? And now I'm going vegan, and it's like this switch that happened again. There's already something in my head where, I haven't even officially went vegan. Like, I've had some vegan meals and, like, vegetarian meals, but I haven't even went yet. But, like, something in my head has already clicked where, I eat meat, and, we've been places, and I've had meat, and it's more or less for a social, I wouldn't say no social pressures, but just being in a social area. But, I'm almost to the point where like eating meat is not pleasurable anymore. Like, I don't know where that came from, but it's starting to happen. So, some of my tips I got for you is to start slow. Do something other than sitting on the couch. So, if you're going to run, if you're going to walk, start, at 5-10 minutes, and then constantly build up from there. If you're thinking about running and things of that sort, one app that has helped me out tremendously is called Couch to 5K. You can find that at, iTunes or on Android, and it's just like a little app that gets you started off running. And it's really simple. Like it starts you off with like 30 minutes. I mean, not 30 minutes, but like 30 seconds running.
I was like, what the hell?
No, it's like 30 seconds running, and then you walk for a minute, and you do that for like 30 minutes, and that'll help you gradually build up for working out. Another thing, like if you're really trying to get into the fitness game, and if you have the cash for it, I know you say you're getting money, you're getting married, so the money might be a little tight. It's to like get a trainer. If you got the money for it, I would say get a trainer for that 4 to 6 weeks, something to start you off with, and have that person like write you up plan. So after you're done with that person, you can move on from that. If you don't have money for a trainer, one of the things I always tell people is go with a friend who everybody has a friend who's a gym rat.
Exactly.
And I would say go to the gym with them and tell them to, teach you some things or just work out with them and follow them. Because I know every time I go to the gym, I have somebody that's like, hey, I'll be here at this time. And then they're like, well, whatever you do, I'm doing too. So let's make sure it does a modification for me. So I would say, try those things out as well. And if you can't do any of that, YouTube is your friend. So, you can, there's all types of workouts and things on YouTube that you can find. If you press for time, they got like a 5-minute joint, they got a 2-minute joint, and they got something for like an hour, hour and a half. And like I said, start off with something slow and then constantly build up. Because one of the things that happen when it comes to us and, we want to do this like fitness stuff is that we go all out for like the first 2 days, 3 days, and then we all hurting and sore. And then we're like, I can't do this shit no more. And then we quit. And that's not necessarily what you want to do. You want consistent and persistence when it comes to this whole weight loss or fitness thing. You want to be consistent in what you want to do. You want to be consistent in the things that you're doing, but you also want to be persistent during the times where you want to quit. And you're gonna be like, fuck this shit. I want to quit and I can't do this shit no more. What else? Following some blogs. Some of my favorite people that's like women of color. So you got like the Black Girl's Guide to Losing Weight. She's a good one. Her name is Erica. She's definitely good.
What's the name?
Black Girl's Guide to Losing Weight.
Oh, okay.
What else? You made me lose train of thought. Brooklyn Active Mama. Her name is Nelly. She's definitely a cool person too. I met her in person. Damn, there's one more. Huh? Oh yeah, running fat chef. Latoya Shante, that's my girl. There's another one like Myrna. Damn, what is Myrna's blog?
Myrnavator or something.
Yeah, her Instagram and Twitter handle is called the Myrnavator. She's pretty dope as well. So those are a couple people that you can definitely check out. But I would say just check out some different blogs for like inspiration and things of that sort, and just know that your journey is not going to look the same as everyone else's, and don't be afraid to try different things, and don't be afraid to fail if those things don't work out. Because I think for a lot of us, we see that somebody has success with it, and we try it, and we don't have that same success, and be like, oh, all love is lost, or all time was lost, and that was a waste of time. And that's not necessarily the case. Like that's just another aspect of you learning something that didn't work for you. And I think it's also a talking point. Like, I've been, I'm about to go vegan, but I also been paleo. So those are like two opposite ends of the spectrum where, you got the paleo people, it's like meat, bacon, very little vegetables and things of that sort. But now I'm moving on to like this, no meat diet. Yeah. And so like, it's these two extremes, but that's something that I'm not afraid to try out. So, be willing to try, be willing to have an open mind, have patience, be persistent, and be consistent when you start working out.
And I think that's great, Niram. I know you're about to finish up, but also get your boo involved. See how that goes. Like, it could be fun. Like, maybe not have to do everything, but, like, make it a couple things. Yeah. Like, I think that could be really fun and sexy, too. So get him involved. Yeah. Perfect. So as always, to submit your Black Love Stories, go to blacklovematters.com/love story. To submit your questions for Kitchen Table Talk, shoot us the email at blacklovematters@gmail.com. And to leave a comment about anything that we talked about today, head over to our website, SoundCloud, Stitcher, or anywhere on social media. That's Black Love Matters, no K. And don't forget, we got that voicemail at 508-784-1111. Again, that's 508-784-1111. Again, we want to thank everyone who submitted the question for Kitchen Table Talk. Congratulations on your engagement. We can't wait till you get married, sis. And also thank you again for our Black love story. That was just a great one with Loyal and Nadia. Thank you so much. Be sure to keep us updated on everything. And as always, remember,
love is ever evolving.
Peace.
Peace.